Welcome to South Florence High School. We are home of the Florence One Center for the Arts. We are a proud ABC school and are very excited to highlight what we do here at the school. I'm Maureen Moore, one of the assistant principals. Come on in and we'll see.
Well, it was a delight to have ABC come and take a peek at what we're doing here at South Florence High School, the Florence One Center for the Arts. We are extremely proud of this campus. It really has been transformed over the past 5 years, both with district investment and other sources, significantly, of course, ABC. South Florence High School has been an ABC school since about 2003. ABC has been one of those partners, along with the Arts Commission, that has really helped us pull the resources together to make facilities like this happen here and to transform and revolutionize what we do in this campus and across the district. One project here at South Florence that I'm especially proud of took place just a few months ago. They worked collaboratively with our Arts Magnet Elementary School, Brockington. And those students learned their multiplication tables through song and through rap and through dance. And we sent a video crew over there. They choreographed and sang the songs and made like a music video. And then we invited all those students here into this wonderful recording studio at South Florence to make a formal recording. And those kids lit up and they knew all those multiplication tables perfectly through this experience. And then we put it together into a beautiful music video and shared it with the community, and it was just a great hit. One of the things we're most proud of, apart from wonderful facilities and an extraordinary visual art and music staff and performing arts staff, is how well everyone here works together, and that there's a community where folks feel comfortable experimenting, not just in the arts classes, but in the other academic areas as well.
1, 2, 3. Feliz Navidad. A few years ago, I learned that when the emotion is involved in the education, they remember more things. What a better way to get involved with emotion than the music. Hola, mi nombre es William Arevalo. I'm the Spanish teacher for high school here in South Florence. At the beginning, they are shy, but once they get comfortable doing it, this explosion. We just did Feliz Navidad and it was really good for them. They enjoyed it, we enjoyed it. The other thing that they really enjoy with the music is also when they have to do the choreographies. So we have a song that says, Yo voy al parque, voy a tocar la guitarra, which is I'm going to the park, I'm gonna play the guitar. So they have to create a choreography for the song. So the song is playing and they are preparing the choreography and doing the motions of what they are doing. Playing the guitar, tocar la guitarra, and they are doing this. And it's a walk to the park and they are doing the pretending of the walk to the park. So all of that is helping for them to remember the vocabulary better.
We know one thing that they were trying to get people to do was to buy what? War bonds, okay? Let me ask y'all this though. What were some of the other reasons that they're making these posters? So to buy war bonds, but what other stuff? So we're reviewing Standard 4, which has a lot to do with World War I and World War II. A big part of it is understanding propaganda posters, the different messages behind it. And so we analyze them, and then they're able to kind of make their own and make them as original as possible and try to fit a theme, whether that is, rationing, like they were saying, war bonds, joining the military, getting women involved. So I really think there's a connection between your brain and, you making an image. In this age of STEM and everything, I think it's still important to incorporate artwork and music like we do here at South Florence.
I think art is important for students because they learn a lot of the creativity and critical thinking skills that some of the other subjects might not touch on. I am the sponsor for our National Art Honor Society here at South Florence. All of our F1CA students have to apply for that. They have to submit to 3 competitions. So we do art fields, the state fair. We've gotten multiple awards in that every single year. A lot of the artwork you see, it's made by our National Art Honor Society students.
One of the unique things about choir that sets it apart from a band or an orchestra is that we get to work with text. So it's super important for my students to understand what we're singing about and how the poetry relates to the music and how the composer has integrated the words and the musical textures. And so we spend a lot of time in rehearsal talking about the meaning of the music that we're singing and how we can bring those uplifting messages to life for our audiences. One of the things that I find so beautiful about choral music and about the arts in general is that it's one of the few things that you bring a large group of people together and you're working towards unity. That's the primary purpose. One of the things I love about teaching at South Florence is we really do embody the phrase, "a rising tide lifts all ships." So we're incredibly supportive of one another, both in the arts and with athletics and academics. I've never worked at a place where there's so much cooperation between different departments.
So the first thing that I need you to do is come here to settings. We've actually already printed this.
In my classroom, we started printing our senior sports banners. We're taking the pictures, we are printing them, we are cutting them, putting grommets in them. We were lucky enough to get a 54-inch Mamaki printer this year. And it's just a super cool opportunity for our students to have this machine and to be able to do all of the design work and use their creative talents. It's important for our students to learn these tools. We go through a drawing program, a painting, graphic design, and ceramics. Our students are able to use these outside of the classroom. Kids come back and say, "Oh, I've designed a logo outside of school for my uncle," or "I've designed a flyer for my church," and it's really cool to see them use their skills. We also work with the English department, designing a magazine called Ursa Minor.
Our school, South Florence High School, produces a literary and art magazine, and students from the whole school are invited to submit art and writings, and then it is produced into this amazing publication. We could not do this project without the support of our administrators here, students, faculty, as well as the ABC grant, which provides financial resources so that we can publish and do the layout for this amazing representation of our school voice. How many of you who were here yesterday found a song that actually references Frankenstein in the song? The Ghost of Frankenstein one, and I didn't realize there were so many songs that, you know. Students are very favorable to the arts. Just yesterday with my English 4, I had them create a playlist for all the 4 modules that we've studied this semester. All of them were engaged, they were having fun, and synthesizing and evaluating, thinking critically about how those songs reflected each module. I know a lot of you were looking at, for Othello, looking at songs that had to do with like the love, the jealousy. But for my mythology class, I get to have lots of opportunities for a creative connection using the arts. Unit 2, we do study the Olympians, and they needed to create a game board, and they would, have art on it to represent some of the different symbols, characters, or places, setting. One thing I love hearing is when they're playing the games, they would be discussing and saying, "Oh, that's who did that." So they actually are wrestling with the material. So I love hearing them working through that. And then, of course, they're going to retain that. They're going to remember that. They'll remember that discussion that they had.
Thank you for stopping in today. We hope you enjoyed your day, highlighting all of the arts that happen in our school. We're very proud of all of our teachers, our students, administration, our entire district, and thank you to Dr. O'Malley for helping support our ABC school and Florence One Center for the Arts. We hope you enjoyed your day, and we'll see you next time.